Welcome to the Dietitian Side Hustle podcast. My name is Katie Dodd, and I'm a nutrition entrepreneur. I spent 7 years as a side hustler before diving into entrepreneurship full time. Before making the leap, I was bringing in 6 figures through my side hustle. If I can do it, you can too. This podcast is for dietitians, interns, and students who want to be inspired to start or perfect the side hustle of their dreams. Let's do this. Hello and welcome to the 269th episode of the Dietitian Side Hustle podcast, Momentum Mondays. Now, I just have to share that it has been an adventure to get this podcast episode out to you guys. I actually recorded an entire episode yesterday, got it in my editing software, and realized that my sound wasn't recording. Was doing a little bit of troubleshooting and realized my mic was not working, and I didn't have time to re-record because I had to go to my son's open house at his school. So then this morning, in between getting my kids up and ready for school and getting them to school, I recorded this podcast episode again on my computer's microphone. But honestly, the sound quality was so horrible. I'm like, I can't publish this. You guys are going to be like, you're not going to be able to listen to the episode. The sound quality was really bad. So got them off to school, got some things done. Finally, I actually went to Best Buy, ordered a mic. So we are here on a new mic. This is not what I would typically order, but it's good enough to get it done. And actually, I'm not gonna lie, I was getting very frustrated before I even hit record because getting this set up to my computer, I don't know why, but I was running into some issues. I'm like, what is happening? So all that to say, this is the third time of me recording this episode. So hopefully I do a good job and don't feel too frustrated talking about it. So I'm actually very excited for this episode. I'm going to be sharing a little bit about my Momentum Monday series, which is going to be a series of free webinars and education between now and the end of the year. So if you're listening to this episode in 2025, I'm going to be directing you to go to katiedodd.com or katiedodd.com/Mondays to access all of these webinar series I'm doing. So I want to kind of backtrack on the background of why I am hosting a free webinar series between now and the end of the year. So there's quite a few reasons, but probably the biggest one was a couple of weeks ago, I hosted my Make Money Blogging webinar. And it was so much fun, you guys. I leave these webinars with so much energy, so much excitement, because I talk a lot, obviously, through the podcast. But when I'm here in my office, I'm sitting by myself. I am talking to myself on a computer for the third time now for this episode, but it's so different than when we are on a webinar together. Other people are on. Some people have the courageousness to turn on their video. Others don't, and that's perfectly fine if that's you. But having real people there commenting in real time, at the end, I always do Q&A, and people often will unmute themselves. It's just so different interacting with people. And I love helping dietitians. Y'all know that's my heart. And so it really brings me to life. But then I also realize that when people are on these webinars, they're getting excited. They're seeing what's possible. They're starting to break through their mindset that's holding them back. So it really is a win-win of I get the energy from serving you guys in real time, but then also you guys get the energy of being on a live call. Now, momentum is something that's very, very important to me. If you have ever been in any of my programs, I'm always focused on momentum because momentum is one of the hardest things to generate and one of the hardest things to maintain, but it is essential for having a side hustle, a business, or really achieving any big audacious goal that you have. So this is what the webinars are, and the way I see them is that they generate momentum. When we were on that webinar, it was like, people were like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know this was possible. People are getting excited. I'm getting excited. Momentum is building. Now, at the end of that webinar, I did open the doors to my BAP community, my membership, where I help dietitians and healthcare professionals build businesses based in blogging. And for the people who joined the community, man, their momentum was so high, right? They've got this momentum from the webinar. They joined the community, and I know that because they're in the community, they're going to have that continued momentum. There's a reason I design my programs the way I design them. It's to keep the momentum going. It's not enough to just have a great idea to be like, I'm going to do this thing. It's not enough to just build a blog. It's not enough to just, it's not enough to just start. Starting is the hardest part. I don't want to get that twisted. Starting is one of the hardest things to do. So many people only ever think about their big audacious goals and dreams, but starting isn't enough to see success because we know that the journey for success can be a long, twisty one. with things that we did not expect. And it could be so easy just to want to give up. So it's not enough just to have momentum in the moment, but we have to continue to maintain it. So again, going back to the webinar, this was a place to create momentum. I know that the people who signed up for my program are going to continue to have that momentum because they're going to continue to be in my world and have access to the things that I have to help them to achieve their big goals. So that's kind of where this idea of Momentum Mondays came from, is I want to help the bigger dietitian side hustle community get some momentum going. I want us to come together on a regular basis, just build you guys up with inspiration, education, learn some things, get some skills, and just feel so motivated. Now, why did I pick Monday? If I'm honest, I picked it because it's the most convenient day for me, but also, I thought it was a great day because I feel like sometimes Mondays get a bad rap, right? There's this whole, like think of the coffee mugs, the t-shirts, or I think of the pajamas that say like, I hate Mondays, not a Monday person. And I feel like Mondays get a bad rap, but I've actually always loved Mondays. I know it's just a day like any other day, but it's also the start of a new week. You know, people often set like New Year's resolutions because it's the start of a new year, but we get new starts every single day, right? A new start with the day, but then a new start with the week. It's like, okay, last week, let's not worry about last week. We have a whole week in front of us. What are we going to do? What are we going to accomplish? So I thought also, what better day than Monday to start with some momentum, to keep the ball rolling, to keep our wheels spinning, and to keep going with whatever it is you're trying to achieve. So that's kind of the thing behind Mondays. And one thing also, I like coming up with like themes for days. I remember early on when I first got into the entrepreneur world, and I was so terrified of getting on camera. So terrified. I mean, like it took me longer to prepare for recording a video than actually doing it. And I'm not talking about like preparing of what I was going to talk about. I mean like mentally preparing. I'm like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And I would just do it. So what I ended up doing was I created something in my head called Show Your Face Fridays. So, you know, the face and the Friday went together. I like it when there's like two letters that start together. And so every Friday I would show up somewhere online and show my face, whether or not it was Facebook, it could be an Instagram story. It didn't have to be live, but it's just something where I'm putting my face out there. And obviously it helped because now I'm like perfectly comfortable with my face being everywhere. So I do like picking like themed days for the weeks. So let me tell you a little bit about our Momentum Monday series. I'm going to encourage you to go to katiedodd.com, sign up for 1, 2, or all of these, because again, the goal is momentum. And I'm actually doing webinars, you guys, at least 2 a month, every month for the end of the year. And in December, I'm actually doing 3. So there are so many opportunities for you to show up, to learn, to be inspired, and to be motivated, and to get that little bit of momentum. And then also with every webinar I do, I stay on for Q&A. So you guys can pick my brain in real time. It's not just listen to me on the podcast. You could actually ask me questions, and this is all 100% free. So I'm just going to go through what I have on this website and really what all of the webinars are going to be on. There's a really good variety. There is one webinar that I'm repeating a couple times, but that's because you'll figure out in a second. But when you go to katiedodd.com, click on my little link for the Momentum Mondays, you'll see a little rocket ship there. Or if you go directly to katiedodd.com/Mondays, you'll just see a bunch of pictures and dates. So at the top, you'll see my cute little logo that says Momentum Monday Series. Underneath that, it says free webinars and education Mondays at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. So all of these webinars are going to be on Mondays, and they are going to be 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. Now, there's a very specific reason on why I do most of my webinars at this time, and it's because I want to give as many of you as I can an opportunity to get off work. I know that most of you are side hustlers, you're working a full-time job, and while 8 o'clock is late for our East Coast friends, it at least gives our West Coast friends enough time to get off work. You know, maybe in the parking lot, you pull up the webinar, you get it started, you listen to it on the commute home, and then by the time you're home, you can safely touch your phone and do Q&A. So I want to at least give as many people as I can the opportunity to be on these calls and not have to like take time off work or anything like that. So every call or webinar is going to be on a Monday at that exact same time. So the first one I'm doing is actually later this month, and it is going to be on September 29th, and it is called How to Use Flowdesk for Email Marketing, Last Call for the Unlimited Plan. Now, I have a freebie that you could really purchase it anytime, and it's called How to Use Flowdesk. So I've never actually done this training live. It's only ever been like this pre-recorded freebie. But the reason I want to do this is, first off, I want to talk to you guys more about email marketing, what it is, how it can serve you. And I want to talk to you guys about Flowdesk and an option that they have that I love that is going away, unfortunately. So there are many different email marketing platforms out there. Email marketing is one of the best ways to build your business and make money. But how you're typically charged is based on number of subscribers or number of emails sent. So as you continue to grow, you have to pay more money for email marketing. Now, if you are a full hustler and you have time and you're really leveraging your email marketing, awesome. Like, you can really leverage it. But I'll share with me, when I first started, I was using MailChimp. They had a free version at the time. And because my blogs were doing so good, I was getting so much traffic, so many people were signing up for my email list, I had this wonderfully beautiful problem where I had so many subscribers that I no longer qualified for the free program through MailChimp. I actually had to pay, and it was a lot of money because I got a lot of subscribers. And while I understand the value of paying for email marketing 100%, because I was working full time and juggling all of these different balls in the air, running my programs, doing contract work for other people, I just didn't have time to leverage my email marketing to make it worth it. So that's what really led me down this rabbit hole of looking for, is there an email marketing platform where I don't have to pay based on the number of subscribers? And that's what led me to Flowdesk. Actually, I found another dietitian who was using it, and I used her affiliate code so she'd get a commission. It's always very important to me. Anytime I could help a dietitian out. So I signed up for Flowdesk, and what I liked about them is that they had a low monthly rate that didn't change based on number of subscribers. So I'm like, this is great. I can pay this flat rate, continue to send emails, and it doesn't matter how much my list grows. And then over time, if I want to, level up my email game, which, in some parts of my business I have, I could talk more about that later, but then it's not going to cost me more. So the other thing I loved about Flowdesk is that it's very easy to use and it makes really beautiful emails. So they announced last month that they're getting rid of the unlimited plan. And that made me bummed because that was like my favorite thing about it. Not my favorite thing, it's a great platform. It really is. But that was one of my favorite things, right? Saving money for side hustlers. So anyways, because the unlimited plan is going away, I really wanted to give a good push and let you guys know, like, hey, here's this program if you're interested, and show you guys how it's possible to use it. And then also, give you guys a chance if you want to lock in that unlimited plan before it goes away. So that's the first one I'm going to be doing on September 29th on how to use Flowdesk. The next webinar is going to be on October 6th, and it is my Make Money Blogging webinar. Now, I did do this webinar a couple of weeks ago, so if you missed it, show up live. The Make Money Blogging webinar is one of my favorites. For so many reasons, but one of the things about this webinar, and I'm doing it twice between now and the end of the year, is that it's the only webinar I do that if you show up live, you can get a chance to win my Beyond the 9 to 5 coaching course, which I sell for $497. So there is some incentive to show up to the Make Money Blogging webinar, but also it is one of my favorite things to talk about, is how a blog can make you money. So October 20th, we are actually going to be diving into AI. I love AI, you guys. I'm obsessed with AI. I know a lot of people don't understand it. Maybe they're confused by it, but we all need to be using AI. So on October 20th, I'm doing a webinar called Smart AI Strategies, Save Time and Grow Your Online Business. So we're mostly going to be talking about ChatGPT because that is the platform I use the most and am most familiar with. And I'm going to be teaching you guys how you can use AI to save you time, to be more efficient, to grow your online business. Like I can't even handle how amazing AI is. I have a friend, my friend Lindsay, I send her messages on Voxer almost every day. And I was just nerding out with her about email marketing and how AI has made it so much easier for me. And I'm hoping I can share more later with you guys on that, but we'll see. I'm saying that because remember, this is my third time recording this episode and my daughter is getting off school. She'll be home in like 15 minutes. That's why I'm like, I gotta be fast, but I have so much I want to share with you guys. I'll keep going. So the next webinar I'm hosting is on November 3rd, and it's called From Idea to Income, Your Next Side Hustle. And in this one, we're going to go through all the different side hustle opportunities and then make a plan for what is your next side hustle or next additional stream of income going to be. Now, this is actually going to be a couple days before the launch of my book, Dietitian Side Hustle, so maybe I'll incorporate some stuff related to the book. I'm not sure, but it's going to be a good one. November 17th, I am doing my Make Money Blogging webinar again. December 1st, I am doing another AI one. It's called AI Assistance for Dietitians, Automate and Accelerate Your Online Business. Now, one of my favorite features on ChatGPT is the ability to make custom GPTs. These are custom assistants. So I'm going to show you guys how I do it, how you could do it, and how it's going to really make life awesome. It's like having a virtual assistant in your back pocket, utilizing these GPTs in AI. So AI assistants, it's going to be great. September 15th, I'm very excited about this one. It's called Selling is Helping. Learn to Sell with Confidence. Now, I know too many dietitians get terrified over the thought of selling. Even just as I say the word selling, you might feel that rumbling in your stomach of like, oh, but I also know dietitians are helpers. Helping, heck yeah, we want to help. And if I can get you to shift your mindset to understand that selling is helping, it is going to change the game for you. Because honestly, you guys, the better we get at selling, the more impact we're going to make, the more help we are going to provide for people, and then also the more money we're going to make in our businesses. Selling is a good thing, and so we're going to dive into how selling is helping so you can sell with confidence. And then finally, on December 29th, we are doing a workshop called the Goal Setting for 2026. It's a free training and there's a workbook included. I've actually done this one. I should go back and count how many times. I've done it a lot. It's been something I've done for a long time because goal setting is my jam. And so we are going to create some really cool goals moving into 2026, which feels weird to say out loud. I'm still processing this 2025 and now I'm talking about 2026, but that's just me. So anyways, those are the webinars that I'm doing for my Momentum Monday series. So again, go to katiedodd.com, sign up for one, sign up for all of them. And I hope that we could use this series to continue to help you to have momentum and to just help you to level up in your online business game, side hustle game. So I'm looking at the clock. I got time. I'm going to share some updates, okay? So on the last episode, I shared about the Geriatric Dietitian 2X project. If you didn't listen, go back and listen. I'm very excited about it. So pretty much I started my Blog Boss Mastermind. It's a virtual mastermind. And with this particular cohort, I am everyone's coach, but I'm also going through it with them. I am coaching myself using my own strategies and my own business, the Geriatric Dietitian. And in the last episode, I really broke down my business. I did a little audit and made a plan for how I am going to attempt to 2x my income in the Geriatric Dietitian between now and the end of the year. So I want to give you a little bit of an update because it's been about just over a week since I started this project. So I think the first thing I want to share is my mindset. And I want to be so transparent with you guys because I know it could be easy to look at someone in business and be like, huh, it's so easy for them. Why is it so hard for me? Business is amazing, but it can be hard. My mindset was going off last week. I started second guessing myself. When I published that podcast episode, I was like, oh crap. I just told everyone that I am going to 2x my income in 4 months. Now, that is a very audacious statement. That's an audacious goal because I know that business takes time. There are certain things out of my control. Now, I know every single thing I'm doing is going to be sowing seeds and it will yield massive results. But will I see those results in 4 months? So I started second guessing myself. I'm like, was that too audacious? Was that too bold? Was that too much? What if I fail? What if I don't achieve it? Everyone's going to know. And as my brain is doom spiraling, I was like, you know what? That's the point. That's the point. I want you guys to see what it looks like in real time to set big, audacious goals, to pursue them relentlessly, despite the fact that your mind starts saying, who do you think you are? Because that's what my brain was doing. And I also want to show you what it looks like at the end, whether or not this looks like success or failure. Success is awesome. Maybe I'll meet it. Maybe I'll do better. Maybe I won't meet it yet. I know 1,000% I'm going to meet this goal. But like I said, doubt was doubting. So that's the first thing I want to share. I want to be completely transparent. I feel like I sometimes alternate from I'm so confident to who do I think I am? Mindset is a continual journey. There's never any point that you're at the top and you're like, I got all this together. Sometimes I feel like I have it all together, but then life reminds me I totally don't. But so that's the first thing I wanted to share. But then I want to share some exciting things that I've been up to and what I've been working on. Now, I'm going to go through the 4 main things that I am working on, leveraging Pinterest, leveraging YouTube, setting up my email, and creating a course. So the first thing, leveraging my Pinterest, I think this is what sent me into probably my doom spiral. I signed up to take a course. It's an 8-week course. And I'm not going to lie, I'm struggling in this course. I am very much the kind of a student where if you tell me what to do, I will do it. And so far, we're 2 weeks into this course and it's been education, but no action. And what I've realized is that I am so out of the game with Pinterest. I haven't been active in Pinterest in a long time. I did have a assistant who was helping out with the geriatric dietitian Pinterest page for a little bit. But what I realized is I know nothing about current strategies for Pinterest. And so people are asking questions. I'm like, I have no idea what they're talking about. Like this is, whoa, what is happening? And then I found myself getting frustrated because I'm being taught concepts, but I don't understand the basics. And I'm not given action items because I'm a good student, you guys. If you tell me exactly what to do, I'm going to do every single thing, and I'm an A student. I will crush it. So I will say I feel a little frustrated in this course. I mean, it's still going on. It's a live course. It's I adore the person who teaches it, but I'm definitely feeling frustrated. I'm thinking like, man, are we not going to have action items for 8 weeks? Am I not going to learn everything? Is he like, pushing out this training over 8 weeks so that way it's going to take me 8 weeks to even learn what I'm doing? And then that's kind of what started my spiral, because I'm like, well, gosh, if I am 2 months in to this 4-month project before I even start on Pinterest, that's really going to slow down that game. But I do have access to some basic Pinterest trainings from the same instructor. I pretty much buy everything he offers because, again, I adore him. So I'm going to go back and start taking some of the basics. I'm hoping he'll teach us more action items, but I'm working on Pinterest. I've done nothing in it. I've just showed up to trainings and gotten frustrated. YouTube's been fun. So with YouTube, I haven't had a ton of time to learn strategy because that's just one of the things I'm trying to learn. So I've been leveraging ChatGPT. Pretty much told it, hey, I don't have time to take a course. Can you help me to get started with this? And the cool thing about YouTube for me and the geriatric dietitian is I have so much content on the geriatric dietitian. It's going to be pretty easy to repurpose what I already have. So it's not going to be recreating new content. It's just repurposing content, me getting in front of a microphone and, talking. So I did learn some of the basic strategy. I did make a little fun intro video for my long form videos. If you're not familiar with YouTube, there's shorts, which are just like 60 seconds or less, than the long form videos, which is the typical YouTube content we watch. So I did make a little intro video for that. I did buy some equipment. Actually, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm realizing you can see some of my lighting in the background behind me. So I got some lighting. I got some cool little mics for my iPhone and something else. Oh, a stand for my iPhone. I can't reach it. But actually, I reached out to April, the video dietitian, and she gave me all of her amazing suggestions for the best equipment to make good videos. Just because I know I do this podcast sitting at this computer with my little office background, but I wanted to be able to switch things up for the geriatric dietitian. I want to be able to be in the kitchen in front of my fireplace. I just wanted to switch up where I'm doing videos and have good quality content and sound. So I did order my equipment. I planned out the first 10 videos and I did a welcome video. Now I should pull this up. How much time Okay. Give me 5 more minutes and let me see what we could do in that meantime. So I'm going to go to my YouTube channel. If you want to help me, guys, go to youtube.com, go subscribe to the geriatric dietitian. That would totally help me. But I want to tell you guys about my big success with my first video. Now, my first video was not optimized for anything. It was just kind of a welcome. Hey guys, I haven't posted in years. I'm Katie. Here's the geriatric dietitian. So it was more my done is better than perfect. Get it going. I was planning to record I'm doing one long form video a week, and I was planning to do that yesterday, but the mic issue. So anyways, my welcome video has had a whopping 13 views. 13 views and 2 likes. 13 views and 2 likes, no comments. So again, nothing huge, but it's all about momentum, progress, and steps. So let me tell you about the next one, my email. I feel like this is the one I'm most excited about and the one I've made the most progress on. I've secured a custom domain, katie@thegeriatricdietitian.com. I set up my email marketing account on Flowdesk with the unlimited plan. I created a freebie in Canva. I created it's kind of like a funnel to get the freebie. So you go to a landing page and then you get the email sent to you. So I created that little funnel. And then this is the fun part. I've created a welcome sequence and I've started my nurture sequence. So if you don't know what that is, I'll explain it briefly and how I've been able to get it done so quick because it's just been over a week, you guys. So when you sign up for a freebie, you get the freebie. Then a welcome sequence is just a series of emails that introduces someone to who you are, what your brand is, how you could help them. Then from there, a nurture sequence is where we create automations, emails that go out for the next, year or beyond that continues to provide value and serves your audience. Now, in my Blogging Accelerator program, I had made this document using the framework for how I teach how to do welcome sequences and nurture sequences, and I included prompts for ChatGPT. So I created these documents where you can literally copy and paste into ChatGPT and have it make your welcome sequence and make a nurture sequence. Now, I knew it was good, but I also didn't know what it was like to do it myself because, I wasn't making an email sequence at the time. I was just taking my best practice and showing people, here's how ChatGPT can help you. I was able to make that welcome sequence in like 1 hour. It was ridiculous how fast I was able to make it. And it was good because it was pulling information from my website. And then I went to make the nurture sequence, which I gave myself to the end of this month to create everything because I really thought that it would take a long time to create. So I gave myself time. But what I realized is the content it's pulling is good. Because I'm including links to my website. I'm including like even my CV. So that way it knows even all of my professional background. And the nurture series were so good that instead of doing 1 email a week, I'm doing 2 emails a week for a year. And I've only spent maybe like 1 or 2 hours on it. And I've already gotten 2 months worth of content. It's just crazy to me. It just blows my mind. Now, I haven't gotten to promote anything yet because, oh my goodness. Okay, I'll share something with you in 1 second. So I'm pulling up my Flowdesk as I'm talking to you guys. So anyways, I am working really hard on getting this nurture sequence done, and I wanted to wait to promote it because I want to make sure my nurture sequence is in place, pretty much. Granted, I have 10 days until they leave the welcome sequence to the nurture sequence, so I got time to get this done. My goal is to get it done in the next 2 days because ChatGPT is making my life real easy. So anyways, I haven't promoted this yet. I just put a link on my website, like a little graphic in my sidebar and also on my homepage. And I just logged in, you guys, and I already have, how many people do I have? Let me look. I have 19 subscribers. Holy cow. See, if you listened to the last episode, I mentioned how I'm really doing a disservice to myself that I am not using email marketing. You guys, this freebie has been up for 2 days on my website. Not even a full 48 hours. A day and a half it's been live, and I've already got 19 people. Can you guys even think about how many leads I've been missing? How many people who are interested in what it is I have to offer? I'm just sorry. I am mind blown in this minute, and I've actually got to get going. And this is interesting. I'm segmenting them by dietitians, caregivers, other healthcare pros, and older adults, and all 19 are older adults. Okay, so I'll share more, but I want to continue to update you guys with the Geriatric Dietitian 2X project as it goes along. I'm having so much fun with this part of my business, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. Thanks so much for listening to the podcast. Go to katiedodd.com to learn about all the ways we could work together. Sign up for Momentum Mondays, and I will see you guys next week on the podcast. Here's hoping that the sound worked on this one. I don't have to record it 4 times. Okay, I'm going to go get my daughter. Bye, guys.